The club last paddled the River Rawthey back in the 1990s, and knowledge of the river had dropped out of our collective consciousness. Old tales of multiple swims, farmers running alongside shouting but unable to keep up with the fast water, low trees and unexpected drops meant that we felt we should have a fairly strong group, and we knew that it needed plenty of rain, still falling as one put on. Several years since it had been on our hit list, dry weather, other trips, lack of personnel and simple failure to spot good weather forecasts in time meant that we had missed innumerable opportunities. But in February 2014 we finally got a good group at the right time, in the right place, in the right weather. This level is classified as low-medium. We felt it would be a bit bumpy with even slightly less water. Top end of the road would be our description. For most of the way, lines on River Right seem to have more water. The water is fast and fairly continuous, but there are enough eddies to keep our group of 8 within sight of each other, and although cautious, there were only a couple of occasions when we felt the need for bank inspection. On this wide drop at this level, going quite this far right was probably unnecessary, and an easier line would be a bit nearer the middle. The last drop on the upper part of the river can be seen from the road, or more distantly from the footbridge on the path to Courtley Spout. Too far right on this leads to a very retentive eddy, but a chute just right of the central rocks worked very well. The river flattens out as the valley widens behind the Temperance Hotel, and the water from Courtley Spout joins on River Right. With a sharp right turn ahead, the river starts to cut down into a gorge, and it's worth getting out for a look at the hardest rapid. Straight through with a chunky stopper on the left, or a more technical line hard right, which is perhaps better for shorter boats. Not far below, a river-wide tree needed a short portage. One place where keeping right is bad is where another tree blocks off the main channel, and the sculptor's route to the left is the way on. One last drop which looks to have a boat eating stopper from above, and the line hard left looks safest. However, as Andy demonstrated, hitting the rock and doing it backwards down the middle works just as well. The final gorge has very little gradient, but do keep an eye out for trees. The River Clough joins from the left, the Rawthey flattens out, and you might notice that this footage is at a lower level. The GoPro batteries died on the February trip, but the video didn't seem complete without the last bit to the takeout, so this was recorded on a later trip on the Clough in April.